All right, welcome back to King FX Trading Mastery. If this is your first time, you'll be joining our channel. Make sure you click this subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell icon so that you can be notified whenever we upload any new content. Okay, so guys, let's get down with this week analysis. I congratulate those who took this analysis who took those trades we analyzed last week. 88% of all the trade we analyzed played out, which means a lot of you guys have made a lot of money. Okay, so this week we also have some awesome trade setup for you guys, which will have huge assurance that is going to play out as well. Okay, so for those who are watching this for the first time, this analysis is based on a strategy called the King strategy, and it is the combination of moving averages, stochastic, and RSI, as you can see right in front of you. So if you want to learn more about this strategy, there is a link at the end of this video. So make sure you watch this video to the end. So you see a recommended video link that you can click to learn more about this strategy and how to set up the moving averages, the parameters, etc., and the trade signals as well. Okay, so for the purpose of this analysis, we analyze this based on 1 hour and H4 as our filter time frame. Okay, so we take H1 as our entry time frame. All right, so we have a bunch of other people take this trade on lower time frame, so but we take this on 1 hour. All right, so let's get down with this analysis. Okay, this analysis is between Monday, July 19th to Friday, July 23rd, 2021. Monday, July 19th to Friday, July 23rd, 2021. Okay, the first pair I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be looking into is AUD Swiss franc. AUD Swiss franc, we've seen AUD to the downside for quite some time now. All right, so right now AUD Swiss franc is sell bias based on H1 and H4 is currently sell bias. So coming to the weekly, last week we projected this to come down to this level, right? And it has done almost what we projected. So during this previous week, we see this close in red. So this is a sign that this may have the opportunity, the volatility to break this support and come down to the red support. Okay, so according to the week analysis, this red support is what we are targeting for the week. All right, so we expect AUD Swiss franc to drop further down to the red support at 0.6578 during this coming week. So the daily target is right at this green support, which is at 0.6760. All right, so our forex target is going to be the daily support. So it is only after that level, this level get broken, we are heading to the red support. So take note of that. So coming down to our entry time frame, we've seen the cross to the downside. So we want to wait for the pullback to happen. Wait for the pullback to happen, then take your sell entry. As you take your sell entry, take your our first target is going to be at the green support, as I've mentioned earlier on. So AUD Swiss franc is good for a sell. AUD Swiss franc sell. AUD JPY, the same structure we have on AUD Swiss franc is what we're having right here. This is also sell bias right now. So coming down to the weekly time frame, the candle that closed last week is a good candle with huge momentum to the downside. So this is a clear symbol to us that this red support at 79.11 is most likely going to be price is most likely going to get to that support, okay, during this coming week. So coming to the daily, we see some rejection from here to the downside, and this also closed in red. So we have like a reversal candle right there. So we expect this to drop down to the green support at 80.77 between Monday and Tuesday. All right, so that is going to be our false target. As we can see, some significant level has been taken out the previous days. So coming down to the entry time frame, we want to wait for this pullback to somewhere here. All right, then take our sell entry to the downside and exit the first profit before the green support at 80.77. All right, and if that level get broken, we are heading to the red support. So AUDJPY is good for a sell. AUDJPY, look for a sell. AUDUSD, this is also currently dropping. So the weekly candle, we also see this, the same thing we see on AUDJPY. We see this close in LD red candle, so a signal to us that this is likely going to push down some more during this coming week. So we expect it to push down towards this towards the red support at 0.7124 during this coming week if the momentum continues the same way. Okay, so the daily candle, we also see this close in a LD red candle, a signal to us that the momentum to the downside is most likely going to keep pushing down. All right, so with that in mind, before we get to the red support, we have several area right here that we can take some profit before it gets to the weekly support. So right here we have these two green support area should be our first target. All right, once you take the entry, so the first target is going to be at 0.7369, while the second one is going to be at 0.7230. All right, and our overall target for the week is at the red support. So pushing back to the entry time frame, we want to wait for the pullback between the two moving averages, then take your sell entry on its way down and take your first profit as stated at this first level, while the second profit is going to be at the next one right here below. Okay, so AUD USD is good for a sell. AUD USD, look for a sell. AUD NZ is the next pair I want to talk about. This is also pushing pushing down pretty well. So coming to the weekly time frame, we see a big red candle to the downside, a strong LD momentum candle to the downside. So with this in mind, we may see this to push further down to the red support during this coming week at 1.0406 during this coming week if the momentum continues the same way. So coming to the daily, we also see this, the same signal that happens on the weekly is what we are seeing right here, with a green LD with a red LD candle, but this is currently sitting at a support at this green support right here at 1.0543. All right, but we're optimistic this may pull back, then break the support to the downside, but we'll see how market is going to present to us. But that is what we are looking forward to. We've seen a structure right here being broken, so we expect market to pull back to that level on the lower time frame, okay, which is what we are expecting to happen on the lower time frame, like on the entry time frame. So we take our sell entry. All right, take our sell entry, and our first profit is going to be at 1.0543. And if this level get broken, then we add on to our weekly target AUDNZD. It's a good trade to look out for a sell. AUDNZD, look out for a sell. The next pair I want to talk about is Card Swiss Franc. Card Swiss Franc is moving to the downside right now. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red, okay, but it's currently approaching a support, okay, daily support. So but with this in mind, we expect this to actually come down a little bit more to the red support at 0.7186 during this coming week, okay. So the daily candle, we see this is sitting at a demand zone, so which will likely going to pull back. But the daily candle, we see that close on Friday, we see the rejection like a pin, like a shooting star right here. But we'll see how market is going to react to this. But we expect this level to actually get broken and head on to the red support, okay. So but we're going to wait for uh anything market is going to throw at us before we take the decision. So we wait for the end to the pull wait for the pullback on our entry time frame, then we take our sell entry and exit or take part of our profit before the green support at 0.7251. All right, and if that level get broken, we are heading to the red support. So card Swiss franc, look for a sell. Card Swiss franc, look for a sell. Swiss franc JPY is also to the downside. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red. This is not a perfect engulfing candle, but we see this close in red. So it's a sign that we may have some push to the downside during this coming week. So if that should happen, we expect to break this support and to touch the red support at 117.60. So the daily candle, we see this close in green, okay, not a perfect inside back candle, but let's see what price is going to present to us according to what the weekly time frame presented to us. So now with this in mind, we may expect this to pull up some more on lower time frame, then drop a little bit more. So if that will happen, we want to wait for the pullback, all right. But remember, if this get broken to the upside, the red moving average get broken to the upside, that has invalidated the setup. So be mindful of that. So we want to wait for the pullback, and if that happens like this, if it should happen this way, then we want to take the sell and take our profit before 119.03, right? 119.03 is going to be the target. So Swiss franc JPY, look for a sell. Swiss franc JPY, look for a sell. Card JPY is also to the downside. The weekly candle, we see this close in red, a healthy red candle to the downside. So with this, we may see this pair pull down to the red support during this coming week due to the big red candle we have right here. We may see it pull down to the red support at 85.49 during this coming week. So the daily candle, we see the rejection from the upside to the downside. So this is another signal that this may likely going to push down. So and if that should happen, as we can see, it is currently sitting at a support, the daily support. So if this level get broken, If this level get broken, we're expecting it to drop down to the next growing support at 86.38, at 86.38. All right. So if that level get broken again, we are heading to the red support, which is the weekly support. I hope that is clear, guys. So I hope that is clear. So coming to our entry time frame, we definitely want to wait for the pullback. All right. Then take your sell entry once the cross to the downside happen, and take part of your profit before this level at 87.112. And if that level get broken, we'll take the next target at the green support below, which is 86.38. And after that, we are heading to the red support. So card JPY, look for a sell. Card JPY is good for a sell. Euro AUD is currently buy bias. So as we forecasted last week, a lot of the pairs played out exactly as we forecasted it. So now this week we've seen this pair, the candle close in green, so with some momentum to the downside. So this gives us some assurance that this may likely going to push up to the red resistance. Okay, and this may not happen in 1 week, but that is where we're targeting. So if that should happen, we expect this pair to at least come up to the red resistance during this coming week. Sorry, the green resistance during this coming week at 1.16129. All right, because the red resistance is not realistic to be reached in 1 week, except there is some crazy movement in the market. So coming to the daily time frame, we see this close in healthy green candle. So but it's currently sitting at a resistance, so we definitely want to be careful with that level. So we certainly expect this to pull back, pull down. All right, then continue heading to the upside. I hope this is clear, guys. I hope this is clear. So we want to wait for this to pull up. So if this should happen, you take your buy trade and take your first profit at 1.5974. All right, and if that level get broken, our target, as discussed few seconds ago, is going to be at the green resistance, which is 1.6129. All right, I hope this is very, very clear, guys. So Euro AUD is also good for a buy. It's going to be a good trade. We have to look out for Euro AUD, look for a buy. Euro JPY is also getting ready to the downside. Okay, it's currently pulling down. Okay, so the weekly candle, we see this also close in red, but it's currently sitting at a daily support. But if this support get broken, we are heading to the red support at 128.36 during this coming week. So this is going to be our target. The red support is going to be the target for the week. So the daily candle, we see this close in green. So this is a sign that we may still have some pullback, if ever, okay, to the upside before the pull down continues. But we're seeing this, as we are seeing this sitting right now uh, at the demand zone, which is the support level as well. So right now we want to wait and see what market is going to present to us on this pair. Okay, we may still have some pullback to the upside. Then if this should happen this way, we want to take our sell trade to the downside, but be mindful, if this level, this red EMA get broken, that has invalidated the setup. So be careful. So if it does not get broken, and we see the structure comes this way. Take your sell trade and exit before 129.63, and if 129.63 get broken, we are heading to the red support at 128.36, which is our target. All right, which is our target. Which is our target for the week. All right, so euro JPY, look for a sell. All right, euro JPY, look for a sell. Eurocard is also pulling up. So the weekly candle, we also see this close in green, a healthy green candle to the upside. So, but with this in mind, we may see this pull up during this coming week to the red resistance at 1.5090 during this coming week. So the daily candle, we also see this close as hammer. So a clear signal that we may see this keep pushing up, but this is currently sitting at a resistance. So obviously we want to wait for the pullback to happen to gain more strength to break the resistance. Okay, so the pullback is going to be a strength for the pair to break the resistance to the upside. So if that's happened, wait for the pullback. We want to wait for the pullback and take our buy trade. Then our first profit, we take part of the profit at this red resistance, which is 1.4915. So once this level get broken, we wait for another pullback. Then we look forward to the red resistance as our next overall target for the week. All right, so Eurocard, look for a buy. Eurocard, look for a buy. GJ is going to be the next pair I want to talk about. GBP JPY is currently to the downside as well. So the weekly candle, we see this also close in red. All right, we actually projected this may pull up some more during this previous week, but this didn't happen like that. All right, so now we see this may continue pulling down during this coming week. So probably to the red resistance at 148.96 during this coming week, because the momentum has come into the pair. All right, and we see this coming from a strong a weekly demand zone. So we have some huge level of assurance that this is going to keep pushing to the downside. So the weekly target for this is at 148.96, all right, for GBP JPY. So while the daily, we see this also close in red, and with some rejection from the upside to the downside. So with this, we want to look for the daily target at 150.59 as the daily target. So coming back to our entry time frame, we wait for the pullback. Okay, definitely we want to wait for the pullback, then take our sell entry, and exit the first profit at 150.59. Okay, while our overall target for the week is going to be the red, support. All right, so GBP JPY is going to be a good trade to look out for a sell. GU is also pulling down right now. So with this, we see that the weekly candle closed in red. Okay, this is not a perfect bearish engulfing candlestick, but it is a healthy red candle, okay, with almost flat bottom, which is a clear signal that this may keep pushing down. If that happens and this level get broken, if that's happened and the green support get broken, we are heading to the red support at 1.3470, which is going to be our weekly target. So the daily target, you see this also, the daily candle close in healthy red candle, so which may give us the opportunity to ride this to the green support at 1.3676 for the as the daily target. All right, so the daily target is what we're going to look out for before the weekly. So coming back to our entry time frame, let's wait for the pullback. Wait for the pullback on this pair. So this should also give us a good entry, and once that happens, take your profit before the green support at 1.3676, and once that level get broken, we are heading to the red support. All right, so GBP USD sell, GU sell, GBP NZD is the next pair I want to talk about. Almost the same thing we're seeing on GU is what we are seeing on GN. So this is currently sell bias. So this is coming from a weekly resistance, okay, known as weekly demand. So this may help this to, sorry, weekly support, I beg your pardon. So this may help this pair to pull down some more to the next supply zone, which is at this level, okay. The next supply zone, this is the next supply zone. So we expect price, since it's coming from a support, we expect it to pull down to it's coming from a supply, rather we expect it to pull down to the next demand, so which is at 1.9207. Right, so during this coming week we expect this pair to pull down to this level, the red support level at 1.9207. So the daily candle, we see this close, also close in red, so a clear confirmation to us that this is most likely going to push down towards the red, towards the weekly support. So this may not happen in 1 week, so but we'll see how far this may go, probably in 2 weeks. So the daily target is going to be at 1.9532 for GN. So with this in mind, let's wait for the pullback back to the 120 moving average. Then we take the sell trade to the downside and exit our first entry before 1.9532. And if that level get broken, we are heading to the red support. GBP NZD is a good trade to look out for a sell. GN, look for a sell. G card is currently buy bias. Okay, so with this, the weekly candle we see close in green candle. All right, but we can see this is currently at a strong supply zone right now, but we'll see how far price is going to go. But due to the weakness of card, we expect the weekly target at 1.7573 to get it, or price should move close to it a little bit more. Okay, but we want to be careful with this pair because GBP is also not as strong as others. All right, so the daily candle, we see this, the daily candle we see it close in as inside bar candlestick, a red candle. So candlestick pattern is what we have, the inside bar right here. So with this we'll see what's going to happen, but we can see some resistance is being hit right here. So we may see some rejection to the downside. Okay, and if the rejection should happen to the downside without cross to the upside, then this is going to invalidate the trade setup. But if this cross should happen this way without it coming below this level, then it's going to be a good one to look for a buy. Then you take your first profit before 1.7447. All right, so I want to be careful with this pair G card. So we want to be careful with it, but once the signal comes up, it should be a good one. But nevertheless, be careful before you take the buy entry. The next pair I want to talk about is N card, NZD card. NZD card is currently pushing up. Okay, So the weekly candle, we see the weekly candle close in a big green candle, close as a big green candle. So with this, we may see this going to push up towards the red resistance at 0.8995 during this coming week, based on the momentum that we had last week. So the daily candle, we see this close, you see this close in green, a healthy green candle, but price is currently sitting at a resistance. So this resistance we most may cause some pullback to happen before we may see some push up. So that is definitely what we want to wait for. Okay, sign of pullback is already happening. So wait for the pullback and take your buy entry. Take your buy entry and take your first profit before the green resistance at 0.8849. Okay, take part of your profit before this level. Until that level get broken, then we want to look out for more trade to ride it up to the red resistance at 0.8995. All right, so this is going to be a good one to look out for a buy, but we want to wait for the right setup. NZD card, look for a buy. NZD card, look for a buy. USD Swiss franc. USD Swiss franc is already to the upside, but this pair we also want to be careful with it as well. So USD Swiss franc, we see the last week candle close in green, all right, but the previous weekly candle we see it close in red. So this one right here, may serve as a retest to this one. Okay, so we may still expect some pull down during this coming week, guys. We may still expect some pull down towards this red support, because this was our last week target. All right, this was our last week target. So we may still see price pull down some more to this level. So the daily candle may be this level right here, guys. Okay, this level right here. So which means we may see price pull up to this level first before the drop. So we can see the weekly candle close in green. So this may help it to pull up towards the red, towards the green resistance. Okay, and the daily is also showing the same thing. So we may still have the some pull up to this level before the overall pull back to the uh to the support. Okay, so with that in mind, we can still look for some buy entry on the USD Swiss franc. So we can still look for some buy entry. So it is still good to look for a buy. So look out for a buy on the USD Swiss franc, and take your first profit at this level, 0.9255. In fact, take your overall profit right at this level until this level get broken. If this level now get broken, then we have a huge target ahead to this level. All right, so price is still stuck in between to look out for the direction, but we are optimistic this is going to drop some more to this level. So we're going to see how price is going to, what price is going to present to us before we make our decision. So USD Swiss franc is good for a buy. The last one we'll talk about is USD card. USD card is pushing up. So the weekly candle, we see this close in a healthy green candle. So a sign of strength to the upside. So if that should continue this way, we expect USD card to pull up to the red resistance at 1.2955 during this coming week. So the daily candle, we also see this close in green. So coupled with the weekly, a sign of strength to the upside. But remember, this is currently sitting at a resistance right now. We have this pair sitting at a resistance right now, so we want to be careful and definitely wait for the pullback to happen before we take the decision. We want to wait for the pullback to happen on the lower time frame before we take this decision. So wait for the pullback, take your buy entry. All right, take your buy entry and take your first profit at the green resistance, which is 1.2739. So that's going to be our daily target. So we're optimistic price we touch the level. All right, we touch the daily target. So and if that level get broken, let's head on to the red resistance at 1.2955. Okay, so USD card, look for a buy. So that's what I have for you guys today. So once again, on AUD Swiss franc, look for a sell. AUD JPY, sell. AUD USD, sell. AUD NZD, sell. CAD Swiss franc, sell. Swiss franc JPY, sell. CAD JPY, sell. Euro AUD, buy. Euro JPY, sell. Euro CAD, buy. GBP JPY, buy. GU, sell. GBP NZD, sell. G card, buy. NZD card, buy. USD Swiss franc, buy. USD card, buy. So the weak pairs I have for you guys, we have AUD is weak, card is weak, GBP is also slightly weak. All right, so take advantage of that. USD is still strong. All right, we have USD is still strong right now. Okay, USD is still strong. So this is what I have for you guys. But don't forget, those of you who have not subscribed and you're watching, or you're probably watching this for the first time, make sure you click that subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell icon so that you can be notified. And if you have not joined our Telegram group, there's a link down below that you can click to join us on Telegram, so where a lot of activities are happening. And you can also join our weekly training that comes up every Sunday, 8 p.m. Nigerian time, 8 p.m. London time, and 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So during this class, we teach we take random subjects about Forex and we teach, and this is where a lot of people are gaining value day in, day out. So guys, go right about now, join us on Telegram and expect to take our next free training this coming Sunday. Okay, so thank you so much for having me, and don't forget to subscribe once again. So if you have gained value with this, drop your comment in the chat box. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Bye bye for now. God bless.